Hello and welcome to the Cork Sports Partnership Active Community Awards for 2022. My name is Maurice O'Sullivan, and together over the next hour we'll be meeting some of the most inspirational people, groups, projects and campaigns from across Cork City and County who are supporting their communities to lead healthier lives through sport and physical activity. For those of you unfamiliar with the Active Community Awards, this is the second year established by Cork Sports Partnership to honour, recognise and celebrate individuals and groups who go above and beyond in their efforts to promote sport and physical activity in our communities. It's an absolute honour and privilege for the team here in Cork Sports Partnership to highlight and showcase the great work being delivered by so many voluntary clubs, groups and community organisations across Cork. The standard of nominations received over the past few months has been both humbling and inspiring, with a fantastic array of sports and activities to engage the whole community. Each of our judging panels, which included members of the Cork Sports Partnership Board and team, as well as colleagues from independent partner organisations, was highly impressed by the quality of nominations for each of the different categories, all of which demonstrated the importance of sport and physical activity within their respective communities. Unfortunately for our judges, they could only shortlist 12 finalists, and I certainly don't envy them for having to make those difficult decisions this year. Tonight we're coming to you live from the Lifetime Lab at the Old Cork Waterworks Experience, and would love to hear from you. So let us know where you're watching from and who you're here to support in the comments below. This year's hashtag is Active Cork Awards 22 across all social media platforms, and please feel free to tag Cork Sports Partnership in any posts on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and our team, and I'm sure all of our finalists, will be delighted to see and share your words of encouragement and support. Before we officially get underway and meet this year's finalists, I'd like to invite the coordinator of Cork Sports Partnership, Christine Meanahan, to officially open tonight's awards.
Thanks, Maurice. Good evening all, and welcome to Cork Local Sports Partnership celebrations for the Active Cork Community Awards 2022. I'm delighted to welcome everyone to the awards to mark and capture the incredible work happening across Cork to keep Cork active. I would like to sincerely thank Sport Ireland, the Board of Cork LSP, our partners and of course Carberry Group, who kindly gifted hampers to all our finalists to enjoy as part of this evening's celebrations. While I also have the opportunity, I want to extend thanks to the team of Cork Local Sports Partnership and of course all members of the judging panels in the development of the awards and providing opportunity for us to showcase some of the phenomenal work that is happening throughout communities, clubs and facilities to keep our communities active, some of who we will hear from throughout this evening. As a local sports partnership, our primary aim is to increase participation and access to sport and physical activity. We recognise that we are not delivering on this alone and develop these awards to really showcase the unique and amazing work that is happening across Cork, and in doing so, hopefully create greater opportunities to connect Cork through sport and physical activity while equally learning from each other. I would like to congratulate and thank all finalists and nominees across each of the 4 categories, and I hope that these annual Active Community Awards will serve as a platform to recognise and acknowledge the value of sport and physical activity in the everyday lives of the people of Cork.
Thank you for the finalists, so let's introduce them to everyone at home. We are now joined online by our final 12 who are tuning in from all over Cork with their friends and family. Can I get a big wave, everyone? I know from speaking to some of our team who were in touch with you over the past few days that anticipation has been building locally all week and that there were a number of get-togethers planned for tonight. It is fantastic to have you all with us, and we hope that you all have a great night. Earlier this week, I had a sneak peek at some of the footage we captured when we visited you, and it is clear for all to see the positive impact that you are all having with those you are working with in your communities. Shortly, 4 of you will be announced as our Active Community Award winners for 2022, so let's remind everyone of the categories and who has made it to this year's final. In our Active Community Group category, our finalists are Bandon GA Healthy Club, Delaney's GA and the Lochine Lappers. In our Active Community Inclusion category, our finalists are Shualode at Clonakilty Community Resource Centre, Crosshaven Tennis Club and the West Cork Jesters. In our Active Community Campaign category, our finalists are Kilnamena Gaelic for Mothers and Others, Blue Movers at St Finbarr's Healthy GA Club and Castleview AFC. And finally, in our Active Community Champion category, we have Jim McAvoy from the Cork GA Health and Wellbeing Committee, Gillian Murphy from Middleton Magpies All-Stars and Nobby Dunn from the West Cork Jesters. Congratulations to you all on making this year's final and the very best of luck. All of tonight's finalists will receive a custom Active Community Awards medal, certificate and video to highlight the great work that they are doing in their communities and have already received a hamper from Carberry Group along with some goodies from Cork Sports Partnership and Healthy Ireland. In addition, the winner of each category will attend a lunchtime reception in Cork County Hall hosted by the board and team of Cork Sports Partnership. Over the last few weeks, we had the pleasure of visiting each of our inspirational finalists to hear a little bit more about them and what they're doing in their communities to help make them more active. First up tonight is the Active Community Group Award, which will be introduced by our Community Sports Development Officer, Tim Burke.
Thanks, Morris. The Active Community Group Award acknowledges volunteer groups of people that campaign to give members of the community the opportunity to participate in locally coordinated physical activity and community sports programs and events. As a group, they have brought about change, inspired and motivated others, and have been particularly successful in engaging and creating sustainable local initiatives that have been of benefit to the whole community. Our first finalist is Bandon GAA Healthy Club, which aims to reinforce and strengthen bonds with the whole community through their club.
The aim of our Healthy Club initiative was to make our club a hub for health in the community, again the various aspects of health from physical, mental, social, inclusion to bring everyone into our club.
Healthy Club was launched just nearly a year ago here in Bandon. We started with our Dermot Early Youth Leadership Programme to build on leadership skills. We used a healthy fruit campaign and then we had a Sun-Safe campaign. Both of these campaigns actually reached over 240 children in the community, aged between 5 and 12. And currently we're running an inclusive camp. It's called the GA All-Stars Inclusive Camp. We have 15 kids participating, and I suppose there's a real buzz about it in Bandon at the moment.
There are many organisations and community groups who make use of our facilities here at Park Cathal de Verla. This latest initiative with the Healthy Club seeks to reinforce and strengthen those bonds with our community. I suppose the benefits are mutual for both club and community. As a club, we get to attract new members, new volunteers, and for the community, they can get to see what we can provide here in terms of an active lifestyle for the young people in the community, which is very important, particularly after the difficulty of the last 2 years.
I'm proud of our club for being nominated. It's great recognition of the very valuable work that our committee and wider club has done to include more people in our community in our club.
Our second finalist is Delaney's GAA, who, through their club, provide additional opportunities for the wider community to be active in a safe environment.
nominated Delaney's GA because of the superb effort that the whole community puts in, and all the coaches and members, for our whole community and for our teams.
We started up our underage back again in 2015. We were quiet before that, but we got it going again. So here at Delaney's we now have under 14 boys and girls, down as far as nearly under 4s, because we run a nursery program for boys and girls as well. We play football, hurling, camogie and ladies football.
We pride ourselves on being open from everyone from 2 to 82 years old. We have members that young and that old.
We're all about community here. We run different groups, not solely just for our members. We have walking groups, men's sheds, karate, Gaelic for mothers and others, just to get people into the club, to get the community involved, and that's what the GA is all about.
So any Thursday night, loads of kids here, loads of parents here, and it's just fantastic to see.
It was the members themselves, as you say, we got together. We all saw that we needed to put a big effort into this, like. So a lot of players got involved, started to do that, and I suppose kids, we put so much time into the kids that kids go back and talk to their friends, and that really made the club grow as well, like.
It means so much for local parents and people, so they have a safe environment where they can come and they can partake in all activities.
Our third finalist is the Loch Hyne Lappers, who form connections within the community through their weekly open water swims and their local fundraising initiatives.
Loch Hyne Lappers was set up about 14 years ago by a group who liked to swim, and Declan Newman was very inspirational in getting a lot of us to join the group.
Loch Hyne is actually Ireland's first marine nature reserve. It's a lake, but it fills with seawater.
We ended up becoming quite a social club where after our swims we'd sit and we'd have a cup of tea and a chat. Great support group for each other.
For me, the Lappers was a real way into the community. So I only moved to West Cork in 2017. Pretty much didn't know anyone. Because it's such a big, tight-knit group, it really gave me a way to form connections to people.
I only started when I was 50, and I would say I've made approximately 50 new friends since then. So it's been amazing.
The real fun social events that we would run would be always associated with raising funds for charities, like Cancer Connect, the air ambulance.
One of the things we fundraised for recently was a defibrillator to have for the community at the lake.
You also get fabulous mental and physical benefits from cold water swimming. It just gives you a buzz when you get out of the water, so it's amazing.
For me, it's to do with the cold water. I think I get a real rush from being in the cold water. In Loch Hyne, it's like you can just swim and swim and swim.
Thanks, Tim. What a fantastic showcase of the excellent work being delivered by each of the groups in their respective communities. The time has come to reveal the first winner of the night. The very best of luck to you all. The winner of the Active Community Group Award for 2022 is... Congratulations to Delaney's GA on winning this year's Active Community Group Award. I am delighted to be joined by Ron Lehan, Secretary of Delaney's GA Club, to accept this year's award on behalf of the club. Ron, congratulations to you and all in the club. How does it feel to be this year's group winner?
Hi Tim, sorry, I'm trying to run to a different room. It feels absolutely fantastic. We are absolutely thrilled. Thank you so much for this award. And look, first and foremost, congratulations to the other two in this category as well. Loch Hyne, Lappers and Bandon Healthy Club, fantastic achievement, guys, and well done for you too.
Excellent, Ron. Ron, you mentioned in the clip about the superb effort that everyone in the community puts in. How important is the role of volunteers in the club?
It's hugely important. Without volunteers, we wouldn't have what we have today. Like when we started in 2015, we had 5 coaches, if that, and we've grown not just coaches, but people like in the men's shed, in the women's walking group, in the karate and everything else. There's so many hard work put in by volunteers, all in their own time, accepting no payment, but it's just for the enjoyment of doing it and actively helping out in our community, and this means the world. Thank you so much.
Excellent, Ron. Providing a safe environment for the whole community to take part in activity looks to be a clear focus for the club. How do you go about encouraging more people to get involved?
So we go actively out. I suppose when we started, we actively went out as a GA club to recruit players and coaches and making sure that we had a GA club to go back to at all times. But as things went along, it just grew and grew and grew, and into like the hub of the community and everything else. So it's having a safe environment. We provide that for the people. We made sure that we were inclusive of everyone. Everyone was welcome. It didn't matter what your ability was, where you were from, what background you had, whatever. It did not matter. So we just made sure that we were inclusive of everyone to provide that safe environment. And ultimately, we're there to help people with their mental health, with their physical health. But look, it's enjoyment at the end of the day, and it's just fantastic.
Excellent, Ron. You mentioned there a second ago, and George mentioned in the VT as well, just about the different groups and activities that you have within the club now, such as karate, walking, the men's sheds, and some of the other participation programmes. How has that helped the club? Hugely.
Where we are, in the north of the city, you think that you're in the middle of the city centre, there's going to be loads of people around, but where our club is actually located, it's kind of a slightly remote area. So if this club wasn't open 5-7 days a week with different activities, then it would be just dull and black and nothing would be happening at all. So by opening it up to our community and by putting different activities in, we've made sure that it's that this is a hub. The place is open 7 days of the week. There's activities all over the place, and it's so important to have all these different activities. So
super, Ron.
Without it, we wouldn't be here.
Brilliant. There's obviously lots of clubs and groups watching on tonight, and they take some inspiration from what you're doing above in Delaney's. What advice would you have for any of those clubs or groups interested in engaging the wider community?
Yeah, look, our club, as I said, 7 years ago, would have been considered a smaller club. But look, we took the active responsibility to go out to the community and recruit people. And it wasn't even just a GA club. It's first and foremost, you have to include everyone. It's not just about getting the best players or the best people into a position. It's about including everyone. And if you can include people from the very start, they will develop their own skills and they will come in and they will just add more and they will grow themselves, and they'll grow themselves with their own mental health, with their own physical health as well over time. And look, ultimately, that's all we really want. We just want people to enjoy themselves here.
Excellent, excellent. And finally, I know a lot of clubs are planning their community programming for the new year. What can we look forward to seeing from Delaney's GA in 2023?
Yeah, so look, we've 2 goals, two main high-level goals always. One is to grow our club. It's a GA club, so we need to have players in, and to grow our community within the club. And the second thing is to develop our facilities. So we've undertaken a program to develop our facilities that much more, so that we can grow the likes of our women's walking group and our men's shed, and have more space that people can come into and in the safe environment to do what needs to be done, and to just to enjoy themselves really ultimately at the end of the day. So yeah, look, we've lots to look forward to in 2023, lots of planning. The planning, we never stop. The planning goes on right through Christmas and everything else. So look, it's all part and parcel of it, and we love it. And this achievement is fantastic and will boost our club incredibly. So thank you.
Super, Ron, and the very best of luck for the year ahead. Congratulations again on winning this year's group award and for all the excellent work you and the club are doing to provide people of all ages and abilities in the community with a safe environment to be active. Our Active Community Group winner for 2022, Delaney's GA.
Thank you.
Next up this evening is the Active Community Inclusion Award, which will be introduced by our Welcome Active project lead, Owen Carr.
Thanks, Morris. This award is to acknowledge groups or organisations that provide a leading role in the area of inclusion in their communities across Cork. These groups minimise social exclusion, reduce barriers to participation, and help improve the quality of life for people of all abilities through sport and physical activity. Our first finalist is Shoeload at Clonakilty Community Resource Centre, who highlight the importance of social inclusion through walking for the local community.
Lloyd Walking Group operates from Clonakilty Community Resource Centre. It was an initiative that Sinead came to the committee with, the idea of having a walking group and creating connectivity.
I nominated Sue Lloyd because I'm extremely proud of Clonakilty Community Resource Centre and I wanted to make more people aware of it and the activities that go on in there. Also, I'm extremely proud of every single participant of Sue Lloyd. Each participant brings something different to the group. Together, we just make a change every Wednesday.
I got hooked on the walking club. I come from Bandon and I actually look forward to my Wednesday mornings with the walking club. They are such a fabulous crowd to be with.
The best thing about it is that it's created such an awareness around our own community for the people that are in the group.
I worked in Clonakilty and I went to school in Clonakilty, and there's places here in Clon I never knew existed until I joined the walking club.
I think the physical side of it is they've all got steppers, so now they know getting at least 10,000 steps a day is very achievable. The mental health benefits are just enormous. People have made friends out of this. They've gone to other activities outside of the walk together. We're laughing while we're out in the fresh air and we're laughing when we come back and have our cup of tea.
Without Sinead and the other girls, we'd be lost. They're our anchors and we're deeply grateful to them.
Our second finalist is Crosshaven Tennis Club, who, through their inclusion committee, provide an integrated club for players with and without disabilities to play together.
We signed up to a disability charter with Cork Sports Partnership. Once it was signed, we kind of said, okay, so how do we actually, go about putting this into practice? So we formed an inclusion committee. We decided that there was a need for practical sports for children with ASD. So that's how it all began.
What we've actually succeeded in doing here is launching a pilot programme, which was very successful, got in some kids from the local area. We've expanded that now to take in areas all around Cork, including Crosshaven.
You might be able to see in the background here, but they get the physical benefit of it, so they come down for coaching sessions on a weekly basis. They also get the social aspect of it. It's all about participation and fun.
Very important that they got nominated because they put an awful lot of effort into being inclusive and promoting it in the community as well. A lot of volunteers here every Saturday and they are doing what they said they would do.
It's great because when you see parents coming down, it's kind of opening up the doors. Children with ASD can come down, play tennis, have a great time and go away happy.
I like playing tennis and the games at the end.
Our motto in our club is that tennis is for everybody, no matter what your age, your ability or your background.
Our third finalist is the West Cork Jesters, who strive to ensure their club provides opportunities for children and adults of all abilities to play rugby and other sports together.
It is a rugby team like any other, but it has now become a men's rugby team like any other, a women's rugby team like any other, and we're moving into underage. We also have the West Cork Jesters Boxing Club, which has just been set up. The West Cork Jesters would have started off as a result of PCPs, person-centred planning, something that's used by co-action. A lot of people said they'd like to do contact sports, rugby, boxing, stuff like that. And it really just snowballed.
It helps the town and socialising and all that, meet you up with the lads, having actual friends.
They're absolutely an amazing bunch. We're like a big family and we've all grown together. It's just have been an amazing experience.
Already our name is a misnomer. We're no longer just the West Cork Jesters. We've spread out to South Kerry. We have people coming here from Kenmare, and we have an interest from small groups now from Cork City and joining us as well. The World Cup hosted by IMART in Cork, mixed ability rugby tournament. We attended 26 men's teams, and for the first time ever there was ladies teams, and we had representatives in that as well.
From that experience, for me as a mother of a child who has a disability, it took the blinkers off my eyes really, because we've met so many parents during the World Cup, we met so many participants. You know, it just made everything so possible.
Maybe in 2 years' time, the next World Cup, we might be built strong and we might bring home one. It'd be lovely, like, but as I say, we have a lot of work to do yet.
Thanks, Owen. Some really strong messages and examples of how our finalists are promoting social inclusion and reducing barriers to participation in their communities. Let's find out who this year's winner is. The winner of the Active Community Inclusion Award for 2022 is... Congratulations to Crosshaven Tennis Club's Inclusion Committee on winning this year's Active Community Inclusion Award. I'm delighted to be joined by Robert Jenkins, President of Crosshaven Tennis Club, to accept this year's Inclusion Award. Congratulations, Robert, to you and all in the club. How does it feel to be this year's winner?
Oh, absolutely delighted to have won tonight. But just before we go on, I'd just like to thank the other two that were in our group for the West Cork Jesters and include two great organisations that do great work as well in their community. So well done to them, and we're delighted to have come through tonight.
Eileen mentions establishing an inclusion committee as a starting point for including children with autism in the club. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you set it up and some of the steps involved?
So we set it up in 2021, and Eileen brought the motion forward to the club, and she went away and got a team together, Coach Siobhan, there's Donal and Karen, and it's kind of really grown from there. So they have their own committee, you know, with the club, and through Eileen and the rest of the team together. But I suppose as much work as that they do, we've been very lucky in the club that whatever we've ever done, we've always been very well supported with our volunteers. And with the 4 committee members and the 30 plus volunteers that we have all the time, I think that's really where the strength of the whole thing is coming from.
How important is the role of volunteers within the club?
Well, a club like ours we wouldn't be able to do anything without the volunteers. We have a main committee and we have the inclusion committee, but all of our ideas and what we'd like to do and do going forward, nothing would ever happen without the volunteers. As you can probably see with the pictures there, it is predominantly the females of the club that drive this club on. Whenever we ever try to do something, we put the request out there for volunteers, you know, they're always to the forefront. So take the volunteers out and it doesn't work, so you know they're everything to us.
And how much of a difference has the tennis programme made to the children and families involved?
Well, I think as you heard one of the parents there, that she said that we delivered what we promised. And I think that goes to the inclusion committee, whatever they've gone about doing, they've delivered fully on that. I think one of the biggest compliments that we can take it from ourselves is that after the pilot programme, which we ran in 2021, a lot of the families and kids that came the first time have constantly come back whenever there has been courses on. So we take great pride in knowing that those kids, they're learning, they're socialising, and they're getting loads out of it each and every time that they come and participate.
It's always a good sign, I think, when they keep coming back. The club motto is tennis is for everybody, no matter your age, your ability or background, which is such a strong, strong message. How has this helped with ensuring that inclusion is very much embedded within the club?
Well, I think for a club to grow and be welcoming, you have to be inclusive. Tennis-wise, we've got great tennis goes from grade 1 to grade 6, and we have players in each and every grade. Whenever you run something, people don't look at what grade or ability you have. They come down to socialise, they come down to mix and meet other people as well. So the more that we can do and the more that we can include everybody of all abilities, we'll always do that.
You're certainly doing that. For any clubs or groups watching this evening who would like to be more inclusive, what advice would you have for them?
Well, I think initially when Eileen and the committee brought it to us, I think, they set up training programs to the Cork Sports Partnership and that, so we all went and done courses, which we found hugely beneficial. It gave us an insight into what's required. It also gave, we went down the road of ASD and, we really focused on that. We got the training that was needed for it, how to interact, and be a welcoming club and all that. So, volunteers, training and advice of those in, that understand the field that we were to specialise in as best we could, I think was, the most beneficial thing that we've done.
And finally, what are some of the committee's plans for 2023 to further promote inclusion in the club?
Well, hopefully in 2023 we'll see the development of the new clubhouse, and that will allow for greater disability access to both the new clubhouse and to the tennis courts. We're also hoping to look at maybe, including, wheelchair tennis and, welcoming, other organisations with children with physical and mental disabilities. So 2023 is a very exciting year for the club. We've done huge drives to get ourselves in a good position to get this new clubhouse, a new, more welcoming disability access and tennis court. So I think once that's in place with the strong committee and, winning this great award tonight, I think it's a real shot in the arm and a great boost, for the club and for those parents and kids that, continuously come back and support us each and every time we run a course.
Well, the very best of luck with all those developments for 2023. Congratulations again on winning this year's Inclusion Award and for all the great work you and the club are doing to provide people of all ages and abilities with an opportunity to play tennis in a supportive environment. Our Active Community Inclusion Award winner for 2022, Crosshaven Tennis Club.
Thanks for...
That brings us to halfway in tonight's awards with 6 fantastic finalists featured and 2 very worthy winners revealed. Before moving on to our final 2 categories of the night, I'd like to take this opportunity to highlight some of the more recent work that Cork Sports Partnership is responsible for. The primary role of Cork Sports Partnership is to support, develop and promote participation in sport and physical activity for people of all ages and abilities in Cork. As part of this effort, we recently launched the Active Cities project with Sport Ireland and our colleagues from 7 other local sports partnerships with a remit covering Ireland's 5 largest cities, including Cork, Dublin, Limerick, Galway and Waterford. Based on the principles of the World Health Organization's Global Action Plan for Physical Activity, Active Cities is about creating opportunities so that all citizens can lead healthier lifestyles in the context of sport and physical activity. The vision is to engage, increase and maintain the number of citizens, regardless of age or ability, participating in sport and physical activity in their city. We're really excited to be working with over 60 different national, regional and local organisations on Active Cities to develop more collaborative projects and plans that targeting increasing physical activity levels across all target groups and demographics. Over the coming weeks and months, we will look to build on progress to date and maximise these opportunities for all. Introducing Active Cities.
The city is your place to get active in.
It's just about getting out, running, walking, cycling, swimming.
We have parks, we have walkways. There's so much in the inner city now. I do it for the laughs because we have the banter.
People are actually a lot more productive if they're after any type of exercise.
All the worries of the day just disappear.
I do it because it's fun.
For being active, it's connection basically. One word, it's a community.
It's good for me and my own mental health.
Do it for fun, your health, your family. Do it for yourself.
If you'd like to learn more about the Active Cities project, or indeed any of Cork Sports Partnership's work across Cork City and County, please check out our website at corksports.ie. That brings us to this year's Active Community Campaign Award, which will be introduced by our Walking Promotion Officer, Alison Chambers.
Thanks, Maurice. This award is to acknowledge and recognise successful community campaigns that encourage people to be active. These initiatives give people the opportunity to participate in locally led physical activity and community sports programmes, while equally promoting positive health and well-being for all. Our first finalist is Ciall na Míle Gaelic for Mothers and Others, who campaigned to get local women of all ages and fitness levels active through Gaelic football. They call themselves the Míle Moos.
I nominated Ciall na Míle Gaelic Mothers and Others. Just wanted to showcase the girls, showcase our football team, show how much we've done in the last year. Some people have never played football before, others are returning to football. And I suppose we kind of want to inspire other teams and other women in other counties and other clubs to also do the same as what we're doing. I suppose what started off with a joke over at our girls' football training one Wednesday evening. Next thing, a week and a half later, we've got 42 women on the football pitch. There is a lot of mothers. You don't have to be a mother to play also. You just need to be over 25 and there's no maximum age limit. Training night, we come along, our coach Dwayne Toomey, who's amazing, starts off, leaves us chat for a few minutes, about a 10-minute warm-up, and then we train for the hour, drills and skills, and then we finish up always with a game at the very end.
It's exercise, it's out in the fresh air, it's meeting people, it's having the banter and the crack is the big thing.
Our biggest achievement last year was playing in Croke Park. We got to play for the half-time of Ladies All-Ireland final. It was an initiative done by the Ladies Football Association, and we got chosen as one of the teams to play on the day, and it was just amazing.
Look, at the start, I remember being very nervous and going, what am I at my age, going around chasing football. But then when you play in the matches, the sense of teamwork, when the ball is flowing and the pass work and the teamwork comes together, it's great. There's nothing like it. You couldn't bottle it.
Our second finalist is the Blue Movers at St Finbarr's GAA Healthy Club, who aim to support the local community to be active through their healthy eating and walking campaigns.
We started our Healthy Club in 2012. The club is far more than just the players on the pitch. It's about the wider community. So we wanted to look at the needs of the broader club. We're here every Saturday with our street leagues. We provide fruit courtesy of Super Value every Saturday for our young kids. The other initiative that we run is the Blue Movers, for our weekly walking group. That was started during lockdown and the COVID pandemic, and it's still going.
I nominated the Healthy Club and the Blue Movers group primarily because when we set this group up in January 2021, it was about getting people out walking, exercising, just for the benefits of their own health. It's been probably one of the best initiatives that we've set up here in this club.
So the idea of the Blue Movers walking group was that everybody would walk in their own time, in their own space, in their own locality, and share their walks, their routes on the Facebook page. So everybody urged each other on. When restrictions were eased, we decided to do an in-person group walk. So we decided to gather here on a weeknight. We'd walk the locality, so usually about an hour's walk. People who've never known each other and people who may not be involved in the club, they feel they're part of something. And it's a sociable walk where people have a walk and have a chat, and it's a great connection. It's an incredible honour, really. Very proud of it, and great that our group is open to all ages and all abilities, and there's something for everybody in the Bars Club.
Our third finalist is Castleview AFC, who through their campaign to get children on the North Side active, established a soccer academy and Football for All programme.
What we have here is our academy. So it's ages 4, 5s and 6 will be our first group, and we have 7, 8s and 9s will be our second group. It's a starting programme for kids in the area to develop their skills into football, get into teams, and just to have fun overall.
I love coming to Castleview and I love playing soccer.
The younger kids mingle and the older kids would know one another from school and what have you. So they become great friends and part of the community with a great club in Castleview FC. We try to impact in the area with the younger kids developing and what have you, keep them out of trouble. And when they're involved in sports, it's half the battle.
Football for All is football for kids with disabilities or kids that would be at a disadvantage. It's important for the community because we don't have any other outlets in the north side that provide that facilities.
Been really successful, and we've had a huge influx of parents and kids, and the parents are absolutely delighted. The kids are enjoying themselves.
To have this facility and to have our own academy, it's a great plus for the community and for the kids involved.
But I just love to see the area do well. We don't look for anything out of it. All we want is to bring the area along, bring the kids along. I suppose being selected for this award is a sign of it, really, you know. I'd like to see some of the lads on the committee get some recognition for their very hard work.
Thanks, Alison. Some excellent messages and brilliant examples of different types of community campaigns encouraging more people to be active. It's time to announce this year's campaign winner. The winner of the Active Community Campaign Award is Congratulations to Keelanamila, Gaelic for Mothers and others on winning this year's Active Community Campaign Award. I am delighted to be joined by Rosaleen O'Brien from Namila Moose to accept this year's campaign award. Congratulations, Rosaleen, to you and all involved. How does it feel to be this year's winner?
It feels absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
First things first, Rosaleen, where did the nickname Namila Moose come from?
It actually came from our coach Dwayne's wife, Diane. I suppose we're from West Cork. There's plenty of dairy farmers around, including my own husband. We're delighted to see Carberry obviously sponsoring the hampers. It's fantastic. A lot of Carberry suppliers. So that's where it came from. It just kind of Keelamila, Mila Moose, and I kind of just took it from there.
Brilliant. It looks like your sessions are really focused on participation, fun and fitness, as well as being very social. How important is that for everyone involved?
Oh, it's just been amazing, to be honest. Since we started last August, it's just been an absolute whirlwind. And like for even after COVID, for our mental health, for our fitness, for people getting involved in the community, we're just such great friends now. It's just been an absolute whirlwind. But the fitness is fantastic. It's fun, fitness, friendship. It just has everything. Obviously football as well.
That's important too. What sort of an impact has this campaign had on encouraging more women in the locality to get active?
Well, like how we started off, literally, over a week, basically, sent out a message. We said, this is happening. Whoever's interested, give it a try one night. And 42 women turned up. Now, obviously, we have the most amazing coach, Dwayne, who agreed to take on a load of women. A lot of us are over 30, 40s, 50s. And he stuck with it. And he did a 10-year contract there and recently got to sign. So we're thrilled with that. But it's just amazing. People gave it a go, gave it a shot, and it's just taken it from there. We just love it.
Fair play, Dwayne. What advice would you have for anyone watching tonight who is inspired by your campaign and would like to get involved?
Well, the LGFA started up, I think, in 2009, this initiative. And I think there's nearly 400 teams in the country. And even since we started last year, there's so many more women's teams in Cork that have started. And we played them in matches and blitzes. It's so empowering. We went to a Munster Blitz, a National Blitz in Dublin. It lashed raining for the whole day. All the young people were dancing Electric Picnic and we were dancing the silent disco at a football match. It was just unreal. We come back from training and we have pains in our stomachs, not from playing, it's from just pure and utter laughter, as you can hear in the background here as well.
Fantastic. Finally, 40 plus at training sessions, playing in Croke Park, that's going to be hard to top. What's next for the Namila Moose?
Oh, Mars, we have so many plans, I swear to God, we haven't stopped. We played in Croke Park, we put on the news of Pascal Sheehy, we want to play in Páirc Uí Chaoimh, and we want all the women in Cork to get there too. We're trying so hard, and after that it's New York. We promised Pascal we were getting there, and we have not forgotten. We have our passports ready, we're just going to get there.
Brilliant. I see Marty Morrissey gave you a shout out a couple of weeks ago as well, so fair play for that as well. Well done again on a very effective campaign to get more women in the community active through Gaelic football, and congratulations on winning this year's campaign award. Our active community campaign winner for 2022, Keelanamila, Gaelic for Mothers and others. That brings us to our final category of the night and the Active Community Champion Award, which will be introduced by our Sports Development Officer, James Kirby.
Thanks, Morris. This award recognises the individuals who have made a huge impact on improving local health and well-being through sport, exercise or physical activity in a voluntary capacity. It acknowledges the work in the development and promotion of locally led physical activity and community sports programmes. We have 3 fantastic finalists. Our first finalist is Jim McAvoy, nominated for his leading role with the Cork GA Health and Wellbeing Committee and fantastic work locally with Blarney GA Healthy Club.
I nominated Jim because I was highly impressed with his enthusiasm and his commitment to the Healthy Club project.
It's a great honour to be nominated. It was a surprise to be nominated, but delighted to be nominated. Healthy Clubs is a great success story for GA, for Cork GA. I suppose I'm lucky that I have a double experience of it in my own club in Blarney and then being involved in the Cork Health and Wellbeing Committee. It's just great to be involved.
Very often in GA clubs, when people start playing and they mightn't be interested in getting involved in team management, there's no real role for them in the club. But Jim saw through the Healthy Club in Blarney, healthy living, healthy eating, it's the engagement with the club again, and it gets people back involved.
One of the big initiatives this year, and it's probably one of our more simple ones, we worked with Cork Sports Partnership on Men's Health Week, and we provided a health checkup for our male members in the club. Most people think of Gaelic games all about hurling football, ladies football, camogie, rounders. For us, we went out the gates into the community. We're involved in the Meals and Wheels in Blarney, the Active Retirement Group, the Men's Shed. We make everyone feel welcome into the GA.
Jim is a great proponent for the Healthy Club project, and I think he certainly deserves great credit for his dedication to it.
Our second finalist is Gillian Murphy, founding member of the Middleton Magpies All-Stars, who has been instrumental in the development of GA for All movement in Middleton and Cork.
It's so important to have these teams because it raises awareness to people in the wider community of the abilities of children that are different and players that are different. It garners pride, I think, for people in the community. Maybe it will inspire other people to do something similar and give people with special needs opportunities.
This initiative didn't exist until Gillian took it on. One day she said she was going to start to get the All-Stars going in the club. She united a lot of people who were looking for something for their children with special needs. She kind of gave us a home, a place where we could actually say, yes, we can bring our kids here.
It's actually great to be nominated because our hope in general is to encourage other clubs to get involved and maybe in time start some meaningful competitions and blitzes for the players that are involved in the GA for All throughout the county and hopefully beyond.
Magpie All-Stars and the GA for All initiative has been very positive for our two sons. It's a huge testament to Gillian and to the coaches and the staff here at the Magpies All-Stars. They cater for all children regardless of their ability and they just love coming here every Sunday.
It's fantastic. You learn more off the players that you're training than you teach them. They're far more gifted and have far more abilities than we ever give them credit for.
Our third finalist is Nobby Dunn, who advocates and promotes inclusion through his work with the West Cork Jesters, ensuring equal opportunities for all.
I'm manager of the Jesters rugby team and boxing club. Some people would like to think of them as a team, but it's more of a movement. Anyone who comes here to play rugby, if they're given a lift by somebody, whether it be a family member or whatever, we ask them to get involved in some way, shape or form, whether it's making tea, coffee, taking time for sprints. Everyone has a role to play and everyone can get involved. So when someone walks in here, no matter what their skill level, we'll find a use for them.
Nobby is out on his own, he's fantastic. He's been absolutely a great support for everybody, and not just on the field. He's involved in every aspect of the team, really. It's brilliant, absolutely amazing.
A good man, very good to the people that come. He makes sure that you get the treatment and everybody gets respect and everything like.
The community get to see that, people maybe who they had a preconceived notions about, when they see them playing rugby and big hits and, they're just like everyone else and they just want to do the same thing. So I suppose we're educating the community, yeah. I'm proud on behalf of the Jesters. Everyone should be in front of the camera. It is a true team effort.
Fantastic. Thanks, James. All of our champion finalists are undoubtedly having a huge impact on the individuals and groups they are supporting in their communities. It's time to find out who's this year's champion. The very best of luck to you all. The winner of the Active Community Champion Award for 2022 is... Congratulations to Nobby Dunn from the West Cork Jesters on winning this year's Active Community Champion Award. I'm delighted to be joined all the way from Bantry by Nobby and what I believe is a small entourage of the West Cork Jesters to accept this year's Active Community Champion Award. Nobby, massive congratulations on being this year's champion winner and well done on all the great work you're doing with the Jesters. How does it feel to be this year's winner?
Well, I'm dreading being the bookend to this wonderful show. That's the main thing. No, I'm actually, I'm humbled because, I just happen to walk around the place and do a little bit and shout at people. But it's all the people around me in the Jesters, both boxing and rugby. It is truly a team effort.
You were certainly championing sport for all locally in West Cork and beyond, Nobby. You mentioned it's a team effort. How so, and who else is involved?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I said, you mentioned it's a team effort. How so, and who else is involved?
No, everyone in the Jesters has a part to play, not just on the pitch. Everyone has completely different roles, and the roles may be different each week. People doing admin roles, people doing fundraising roles, people helping each other on pitch or in a gym if we're boxing or whatever. So everyone does something.
Brilliant. You referenced the role of educating the community in the video. What's the key message you'd like people to take from all that has been achieved by the Jesters to date?
Well, I think I would love everyone to get involved in sport, but more important maybe is to talk about what sport or activities they want to do. Because while we can educate them if they decide to do a particular sport, we'll help them do it, but they can tell us what they want to do, and then we can develop that sport to attract more people in.
Brilliant. And how much of an impact has the Jesters had on everyone taking part?
Well, I'm probably not best qualified to answer that. They would be much better qualified to answer that themselves. Do you like it? Yeah!
That sounds like a big thumbs up to me anyway, Nobby. You are clearly a key driver in the movement that is the West Cork Jesters. What motivates you to be involved?
I'm not a driver, I'm more of a passenger, and a sleeping passenger quite often. What motivates me? Passion. Anyone who's taking these are sports, their passion is my motivator. I love watching people be passionate about something. I love seeing people happy when they win, distraught when they lose, because what a learning experience is that. So it's passion.
You certainly have that in abundance anyway, Nobby. Well done. Finally, what's next for you and the West Cork Jesters?
You asking me to tell some secrets?
Absolutely.
If our boxing is going along quite well, so I would hope that within the next 12-month period, we'd be able to launch a motorsport program.
Super, Nobby. Keep us posted on how that's going, please. Congratulations again on winning this year's Active Community Champion Award and on all the fantastic work you do with the Jesters to promote opportunities for all. Our Active Community Champion winner for 2022, Nobby Dunn. So there you have it, folks. Another year, another 12 amazing stories shared, and another 4 Active Community Awards winners unveiled, and what very worthy winners they all are. Congratulations again to Delaney's GA, Crosshaven Tennis Club, Keelnamila Gaelic for Mothers and Others, and Nobby Dunn from the West Cork Jesters on winning this year's Active Community Awards. Well done also to all our finalists and other nominees for being a part of these awards and for their outstanding work in keeping our Cork communities active. For me, the key take-home message is that the importance of being part of a community cannot be understated. All our finalists have clearly demonstrated how sport and physical activity can provide people of all ages and abilities with not only opportunities to be active, but with real and meaningful opportunities to engage with others in their community, to work together, to make friends, to have fun, and to have a place where they feel they belong. The dedication and hard work of everyone we met tonight should be highly commended, and your communities are unquestionably more positive and active places as a direct result of your efforts and involvement. Special thanks to all behind the scenes who made tonight's celebration possible, and to all of you at home for watching. Before we go our separate ways, I would like to welcome Claire Hurley, Programmes Manager with Cork Sports Partnership, to close out this year's awards. Thank you and good night.
Thanks, Maurice, and well done to all our 12 finalists, category winners and nominees. You were all inspirational and a testament to the work Cork Sports Partnership is trying to emulate on the ground with communities across Cork each day in getting people active and involved in sport and physical activity. Following the inaugural awards last year, I didn't expect that we could top the performance in terms of the process, production and hosting of this live event. But we have, and there were a few people to thank that made this evening such a wonderful success. To you, Maurice, our MC for this evening, you must be commended on yet another polished performance, highlighting our wonderful finalists and award winners in the manner they deserved. So well done. Thanks to the team at VE Studios and Wombat Media, who have been supporting us over the last few months in creating this fantastic ceremony and exceeding our expectations yet again with their creativity, professionalism and empathy towards our fantastic finalists. I think you will all agree that the visuals, videos and finalists award setting here at the Lifetime Lab and event as a whole was an outstanding success. As outlined by Maurice earlier, the role of Cork Sports Partnership is to support and promote participation in sport and physical activity across Cork. This work is influenced by four main values: collaboration, partnership and inclusion, all of which are applied when supporting target groups such as older adults, youth at risk, people with a disability, men, women and disadvantaged communities, to name a few. I think we can agree that the finalists and category winners here tonight epitomise these values and represent the very reason why they should be recognised and acknowledged as key influencers in supporting the message of Cork Sports Partnership. For me, this is why we created these awards, to recognise the impact and influence these people are having on their local communities each and every day. Lastly, I would like to thank the team at Cork Sports Partnership, some of whom you will have met here tonight, our local tutors and coaches, national governing bodies and organisations including Sport Ireland that strive to develop and initiate opportunities, secure resources and advocate for the area of participation across sport and physical activity, both locally and nationally. 2022 has been a busy and active year for our team, and this event tonight has been a remarkable way to sign off and celebrate all that can be achieved when people work together to create more localised opportunities for people to be active. If anyone watching or tuning in has been inspired by the campaigns, groups, individuals, clubs or initiatives that have featured here tonight, and you would like to get involved in making your community a more active community, the team at Cork Sports Partnership are ready to support you in doing so. I would encourage you to get in touch using the details we have been sharing throughout tonight's proceedings. We are committed as an organisation to help and support communities and groups work together to keep Cork active. Thank you and good night.